The Trossachs and back here at Hillend, high section from these British Artificial Ski Slope Championships. We'll have highlights of the individual event for you a bit later, but we begin with the international event, the team event with teams from Scotland, England, Northern Ireland, Wales, the Republic of Ireland and Holland. And there was good news for Scotland after the first run of the slalom, because excellent runs by Sean Langmuir and Sally Harrison had the Scots out in front. Wales were in second place and the Republic of Ireland third. And we're now picking up the story of that second running of the slalom. With me in the commentary box is Hans Koval. Sally Harrison, the 18-year-old from Edinburgh, the winner here in each of the last 3 years, Scottish team member. And I know Hans, as director of racing at Hillend, you've had a lot to do with the progress Sally's made in those years, and she's got a bit to go yet.
Yes, she has. Actually, she's skiing very well. If you look, she stands very tall, and that helps her, especially on an artificial slope. You must realize they simulate conditions like ice. But can you see that tallness? That gives her the awareness, the feeling, and everything else. Good run. Fantastic.
Very good skier, Sally Harrison. And a good time too, 22.08. There it is on the scoreboard. And this is one of the Dutch team members, Eric Gerrits. And let's take a look at Eric as he comes down. Noticeably slower, I think, than Sally, Hans.
Yes, right. If you watch very carefully, technically he's skiing very poor. He's going straight to the pole and then turning. And you see how he's sitting actually back. So therefore he has no control, no awareness, and the ski cam runs away from him. Can you see how much slower he is than Sally Harrison? Yes. And that, of course, makes him slower. Because right. The edges are always breaking. He doesn't allow the skis to run.
24.84, in fact, Eric Gerrits' time. And this is one of the English team members, Pip Eads.
Now, Pip used to be quite good, but she has grown quite a lot, and you will find when girls grow so fast as she did, it does inhibit them a bit. But nevertheless, she's standing much taller than, if you take a comparison to the Dutchman, much better, taller, feeling the edges, and you see how much earlier she turns, holds the edge, and finishes the turn at the pole or just after.
24.32, and still the climb to the top of this slope at Hillend, the highest artificial slope in Europe. And wearing the red of Wales here is David Berry, and the Welsh, like the English, of course, have a real disadvantage as regards regular training.
Yes, they do have to travel much further to snow, and therefore, you know, the disadvantage. But again, he's turning late and allowing the skis to slide. Nevertheless, he's making a good run.
It's not a bad run at all, this, by the Welshman, David Berry. Doesn't look all that happy about it, but 23.35 is Berry's time, and that's not a bad effort at all for the Welshman. Now, here's the first of the Irish team we're seeing, Ronan Collum from the Republic. Young brother Connor also skiing here this weekend.
Not a badly skiing guy, but look how low he is. Has no control over the edges, where compared to the Scots, they stand much taller. And he has a lot of upper body movement, and he nearly went because of that.
That's right, almost went over there, but stays on his feet, Ronan Collum, but rather slow time, and as you can see, he's not all that pleased with that. 26.09, Ronan Collum. Number 25 from Ulster is Neil McAllister.
He's quite good. John Shedden goes across there and brings them a bit, but again, it's more a side slip down. Low body position, very little control over the edge. A little bit better there. They all look better when they get on the flat. Have you noticed that?
Yes, it's the top end of the course that really sorts them out, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
Neil not very happy about that one either. Neil McAllister from Ulster, 24.81 though. It's not a bad time. And Stephen Edwards of England next to go. Remember, in the team event, it's the best 4 from 6 to count. The team of 6 consisting of 4 men, 2 girls. And 3 men and 1 girl must finish.
Yes, he's skiing really well. Can you see how he's attacking the poles, taking the poles right across the knees? Nearly lost it there.
Yes, very aggressive performance there by Stephen Edwards. And a good time too, 22.41 for Edwards. Well, Graham Gunn's the next racer we'll see, but all around us, those all-important preparations going on. There is Graham Gunn, Glaswegian, 18 years old, second overall last year, member of the British development team, and one of the most promising young skiers we have.
Yes, he definitely is promising. He's aggressive, has good balance, stands well on it. And you see he's holding the edge, he's sliding a bit there. But I must say, he is really exciting. He really could go some places.
Graham Gunn just reaching the bottom course, and good run there by Gunn. It's a little bit disappointing perhaps time-wise, 23.33, which isn't going to put him right up amongst the leaders, but it's a good time nonetheless. Now this is Darren Core of England, and this is an important run for Darren as the adjudicators look on, because this second running of the slalom really is building into a contest between Scotland and England, and if Core can get a good time in here, they really could be challenging the Scots after the slalom event. And he's skiing well, good tight line, tight in the poles, and that's a good run by Core. That's a time of 22.67, and England really are pushing Scotland hard in the slalom. There's confirmation of Core's time. And another of the Scots now at the top of the slope. Sean Langmuir, the younger brother of Moir, British team member, and Sean himself a British junior team member, 18-year-old from Edinburgh, and again one of our most promising youngsters, Hans.
Yes, very promising, very exciting. You noticed how still he stands on the skis. Perhaps uses a little bit the arms, but look at the line of the skis.
And I think Sean obviously well aware of the need for a good time there, and he got it too. Big smile, 21.30. Good time by Sean Langmuir, and Scotland needed that time, as indeed they do from the Scottish team captain here, Nick Yates, 18-year-old, student at Heriot Watt, studying maths in fact, from Glasgow. And he no doubt will be looking to play a captain's part here and turn in a good time.
It's very smooth run. Again, you know, you have to watch how tight the skis ran around the poles. Absolutely fantastic. All lost it a bit there, right on the top ski.
22.24, Nick Yates' time, and that should certainly be enough to give Scotland victory after the slalom. And there is the table after the slalom event, the total points of the best four from each run for each country. Scotland 946.38, England 57.5 behind, the Republic of Ireland third, Northern Ireland fourth, and the giant slalom still to come. Three members of the British ski team with us this weekend, Martin and Graham Bell and Nigel Smith. Martin, that's obviously not an Edinburgh suntan. You've been abroad training, haven't you? Whereabouts?
Yeah, we just came back from Austria yesterday training on a glacier, and the sun is really strong at high altitude, so that's how we get the colour.
Right, so why are you back here this weekend at all? I mean, is this good competition at this early stage in the season for you?
Well, it's not really for us, it's more sort of to support the event and give the other kids that are racing here something to strive for, really.
Right. Nigel, how about the pre-season training? How's it been going for you?
Everything's gone really well. We had some good training with the American team this year, and we did some good downhill training last week. So everything's going to plan so far.
Right. And in fact, you were out in Argentina this summer, I know as well. How did that go?
Yeah, well, I didn't do too well in Argentina, but it was all good experience.
Different kind of skiing out there, I would imagine, or is it very much alpine skiing wherever you are?
It's pretty much alpine skiing wherever we are. Argentina was very cold this year.
Graham, you're the one that isn't skiing this weekend, obviously because of the injury. How is the knee?
It's coming on. I reckon I'll be skiing again 4 weeks from now.
What exactly was the problem?
Well, my cartilage split it in Argentina, and so I had to have it operated on and taken out.
How important is it, do you think, to miss out on that much training this early on? And is it going to take you a while to catch up?
I don't think so, because I always get going pretty early in the season anyway, and well, it's more important to racing than training, you know. I much prefer that.
Let me just come back to you, Martin. What is success for you personally and for the British team this year? I mean, what are you actually aiming for? Can you say that if you get into the top 3 or 4 in a World Cup race, then that's success? And what exactly is the target?
Certainly to get into the top 3 or 4 would be very much success, but we're aiming on a much longer term thing. All three of us are planning on competing till the next Olympics in 1988, so a solid result this year would be something in the World Cup points, which is in the top 15. Because you have to remember there's 80 or 90 people racing in every race, so even to get into the top 30 is tough.
And it's Martin Bell to go in this individual giant slalom, a completely separate event from the International Team Championship, of course. Bell, the British #1, trained in Edinburgh, now living in Harrogate in Yorkshire, and with something to prove here, lying only 4th after the individual slalom. And it will be a bit of a major upset and a blow to Mr. Bell's pride if he doesn't win this overall title.
Well, It's easier to ski giant slalom if you're tall and heavy than it is skiing in the slalom. And he did very well there, keep the turns round.
Oh, very good time indeed. Martin Bell, 23.86, and that could very well be the time to beat. Now here's Valerie Scott, again one of the young Scottish skiers with so much potential from Edinburgh and very much in line for the overall ladies' title. Little hiccup there though, Hans.
Yes, she was leaning a little bit in, and she has the habit of lifting the right arm, if you watch. But what you really must watch, she's attacking the poles like bulls. Really skiing like a boy. Can you see that? Standing tall, using the knees, but a little bit untidy with the upper body.
Too elegant a finish, but a very good time by Valerie Scott. That's a good run. She's not all that happy with it, but I would think Valerie Scott, with that time, 25.68, in line for the ladies' title. Now, this is interesting. This is young Crawford Carrick Anderson, who in fact is deaf. You'll watch him watching the starter there, counting him down and giving him the nudge to start. And he may have that particular disability, but my goodness, it doesn't show when he skis, does it?
No, certainly not. He trains with me, and it's absolutely amazing how he does it when he can't hear. It's absolutely amazing. And look at that. What a good line he skis. Immense feeling and awareness. And he must get feedback through his feet and so on.
That's a very good run again by young Crawford Carrick Anderson. 25.63 his time. Little tumble at the end, but that's a very good score. And there we are, confirmation of the individual title. Martin Bell, as expected, coming back after finishing only fourth in the slalom. A good run in the GS to finish with 49.14. Valerie Scott taking the ladies' title, 136.76. Now let's now take a look more closely in slow motion with Hans Koval.
Well, as you see, the pressure here is kept on the lower ski, keeping very well balanced upper body, and the actual feet turning away. There again, holding immense pressure. The ski goes into reverse camber on the lower ski. And can you see there how calm and quiet the upper body is, and all the turning is done with the knees, legs and feet. There we have Alan McGregor in the giant slalom, and he's actually catching the tip on that blue gate, and watch the fantastic recovery. And only because he's very well balanced, the head is always looking in the direction of travel, and look how quickly he goes back into the race.
Well, let's finish our skiing from Hillend with a look once again at the team event, this time the giant slalom, with Scotland, remember, looking to do the double after winning the slalom earlier on. Number 83 next, this is Aaron Castles of Northern Ireland.
He has been here last year, has improved quite a lot, but still sliding a lot. The difference you will see here between the Scots boys, they will hold the edge where they slide a lot and losing time.
He's taking a very wide line indeed through those gates, isn't he?
Yeah.
Certainly costing Aaron valuable seconds. In fact, 27.24 for Aaron Castles of Northern Ireland. Now, this is Simon Bromley of Wales.
You see, again, turning it, not able to hold the line, the fast line. You see how wide he goes round the poles. And that loses your time, and especially when you stand on the top ski. Should take a tighter line as he does now.
It's very tentative at the top of the slope, but improving on his way down. 26.79, Simon Bromley of Wales. 103, Fintan Keating from the Republic of Ireland in the green. Again, fairly tentative at the top of the slope, but Fintan will want a good time here because the Republic are really skiing now for third place. Scotland have all but clinched victory. England will certainly be second, and the Republic should edge out Wales for third place, provided that Fintan can get down safely in a reasonable time. And it looks now, as he picks up speed confidence towards the bottom of the course, that he's going to do just that. And the Irishman crosses the line in 28.67, almost knocks over our cameraman in the process. And next to go is Robert Bostock of England. No chance now of catching up the Scots, who will certainly add the giant slalom title to the slalom they won earlier for the overall championship.
But he's trying hard, you must admit. He's trying to get in. Oops.
Leaving a little trouble there, isn't he?
Yeah, dangerously.
will certainly, of course, Robert Bostock a little bit of time. Number 10, the English racer, but he's over in 26.6, which isn't too bad at all, considering he had that little hiccup in the middle of the course. There it is, confirmation of Bostock's time. And this is Kevin Aiken of Scotland, a 19-year-old from Glasgow. First equal in the slalom last year. And again, very promising youngster, member of the British development team.
Really, Scotland have fun. He just needs to ski down and go for a sandy stroll. Skiing very well, losing it a bit. But no hard pressure really on him.
Just wants to make sure that he doesn't embarrass himself by landing on his back, but he's certainly not going to do that. Kevin Aiken crosses the line, 25.25. And there is confirmation of a victory for Scotland, 81 points ahead of England in second place, the Republic of Ireland taking third, and Wales in fourth place. And it remained only for the Chief of Race, Neil Harrison, to make the presentation.
The winner of the British Artificial Ski Slope Championship and the Thomas Cook Traveller's Check Trophy, Martin Bell. The champion lady, Valerie Scott. The winners of the Six Nation competition was Scotland. Vanessa Harrison, Sally Harrison, Graham Gunn, Kevin Aitken, Sean Langmuir and the captain, Nicholas Yates.
And that's it for Sunday Sports Scene for this week, which has not only featured, I hope you'll agree, some top-class action, but has also been a little bit scenic as well, featuring Scotland's autumn grandeur in the Trossachs and here in the Pentland Hills. And just as a final thought, this must be the only ski slope anywhere in the world where a racer can stand at the top of the hill in a championship event and look down on the golf course below. Well, next week we've got some top-class